It's over. Boston College wins all the way.
It's a touchdown for Miami.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown. Torrey Holt. Johnson's there. Touchdown.
And there's Orange in the end zone.
One of the biggest plays in Duke history.
A moment of magic.
I'm Jeff Fischel. This is the ACC title game edition of ACC Throwback here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday. Saturday, Duke versus Florida State. It's ACC Championship Game 9. The Noles were also in the inaugural ACC title game in 2005 against Virginia Tech, and that is our throwback game. While you watch, also follow the ACCDN on Twitter. Against the advice of lawyers, my bosses are allowing me to tweet from the ACCDN account. So let's hop on the Wayback Machine to December 3rd, 2005, Jacksonville, Florida. After a quiet first half, it got crazy in the second half, so let's start in the third quarter, tied at 3. It's ACC Throwback here on the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
The Hokies have been on a roll except for one game. They are 10-1. The Noles are reeling. They've lost 3 in a row. They're determined to get back on the winning track. All right, he has Morgan off to Vic's left. Fires high and incomplete. And very lucky that the safety, Pat Watkins, didn't catch it. To the 45, midfield, Reed's in a foot race for the end zone. The game's first touchdown.
Florida State has lived with the big play against Virginia Tech in the past. It's either been a block kick, a long pass, and now a punt return.
Sismatia adds the extra point. McGrath is back at center. Montgomery at guard. Forced out of the pocket. On the move, throws complete to midfield to Clowney, who breaks the tackle. Didn't go down. No, they say the knee was down. So it is. There's a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Question, what was he past the line of scrimmage when he threw that football? It was very close.
He was over it.
Yep.
To that.
Yep.
The line of scrimmage now was the 24-yard line.
Yeah, pressure up the front. Vic used his feet to get outside of it, but just when he got there, there's the 25. The ball was the 20. Oh, there's a 15. Now he comes upfield. There's the lineman right there. Wow. Boy, I'll tell you. And that flag, that was so close.
So is that reviewable?
No, you know what the call was, Brent?
Is there was an ineligible receiver downfield.
Ineligible blocker downfield
yeah,
was the call.
It wasn't
you got
over the line. Yeah, that wasn't close.
Yep, they found it.
Third down. Marcus. Offensive line gives him time. Intercepted. Picked off at the 44-yard line. And he is intercepted by free safety Pat Watkins, number 22. Mickey Andrews' defense dominating here right now. Drew Weatherford. Coming to the left, it's Rouse, the freshman. And there's a face mask penalty. The line judge has got the face mask at the 50-yard line. The additional yardage will give the Noles a first down.
And James Anderson, number 42, came out there, kind of the hybrid safety linebacker, came out on Rouse and got him. A rollout play, effectively used in the fourth quarter against Florida last week when Weatherford was able to get outside and make some things. You can see it. Anderson's got him, and that's a 15-yarder.
And the freshman Carr checks in for the offense. Virginia Tech on its heels right now. The defense needs to make a big play. Frank Beamer's defense needs a turnover, needs something to happen here to turn the tide back in their direction. First down, ball at the 35-yard line. Play fake. Weatherford comes deep middle, complete to the 14-yard line. Dakota Baggs' second reception of the night.
But that was a perfectly thrown ball. Play action pass. You're going against the All-American right here, Jimmy Williams. Inside technique, man-to-man coverage. He closes on it, but watch how well this ball is thrown. Hits him right in the face, and nothing Williams can do about it.
Rouse and Henshaw, the tight end, check in. Jeff Bowden's offense now with a chance to strike with a first down inside the 15-yard line.
That offensive line is giving him time to throw. Great job of the offensive line.
Henderson has done a monstrous job at left tackle. They run the counter play. Touchdown, Washington on the counter. The young man from Jacksonville. There's probably a celebration penalty. There's a flag in the end zone.
I think they're going to get Virginia Tech for unnecessary roughness.
Really?
A tackle once he was in the end zone.
Could be. It was thrown in the end zone.
How about that call by the under siege Jeff Bowden? Personal foul, yes. Virginia Tech, that tackle happened about
right.
2 yards deep. Counter draw, look at this call. Henshaw leads at number 14, the tight end. Great cutback, that time by Leon Washington, and the tackle ends up in the end zone and he yanks him down. That's going to be a penalty.
That for Florida State is only the third.
Will be administered on the succeeding kickoff. Result of the play is a touchdown.
That is only the third offensive touchdown for the Seminoles in their last 4 games. But it was a beauty as Jeff Bowden dials up the counter, and the hometown fella, Leon Washington, who loves to play in this stadium, comes through. And remember, it was the turnover, the interception by Watkins that led to the touchdown. So 2 big things have happened for Florida State. Florida State. There's a penalty flag on the play also. Florida State recovered the fumble.
Bunkley's the one that's out there, isn't he? The defensive tackle all the way out there on the quick screen. And Clowney, the guy that was complaining so much, is the guy that fumbled it and dropped the pass.
And Kyler Hall punched it out.
There was an illegal block below the waist, back toward the position of the ball by the offense. That penalty is refused. First down.
Now it is the Hokies who are coming unglued.
You see it, Clowney right there. Hall puts his helmet hand right on the ball. And big 52 hustling from his defensive tackle spot. Gets out there and falls onto it. Bunkley, great hustle. Florida State making all of the hustle plays in this game.
Now the young man who was kicked out for the last week's game rather, and suspended for the first half, Lewis, is in at right guard for Florida State. He's got a fine future. And he'll be going downfield on the screen, but it was the tackle who could not get the block that time on Xavier Udeby. That's the first time we've said Udeby's name here tonight, and 11 has been rather quiet. Utterby and Hall are two very talented linebackers. And Hall has been active. He's a leading tackler, and Utterby makes a fine play that time. He's a very athletic linebacker. Second down and 12. Washington back in as the running back. And it's complete to Carr. Carr to the 11-yard line as the corner, I believe it was Flowers. There's a penalty flag late. Flowers fanned on the tackle.
Flowers, poor angle to come. Remember, that is Roland Minor's position. He went out when he came on that fade pass and he landed on his head. And Flowers gets beat on the fade pass, and now on a hitch pass, he gives up another big play.
Face mask will be tacked on.
Look at just a little quick out. Poor angle, overruns it, doesn't even touch him. Flat football, he wouldn't have had him. And a face mask incidental in the end of it, coming across by, I think it was Justin Hamilton.
Weatherford checks the wristband after getting the signal from the sideline. First down and goal.
3 men go out wide with the 2 receivers again. You see it, 3 defenders out here, just 2 defenders. The ball should be run right up.
Washington, he is wrestled down by Hall at the 5-yard line.
Last time down here, remember Florida State got it into the end zone, but they held on the play. Then had another holding penalty, but converted on the field goal.
Second down and goal from the 6. Both of the tall receivers are in. Fag and Carr if they try the fade. Looking for Carr, come back middle, touchdown, Davis. Beautiful work by Weatherford. Check to the left and come back to Davis.
Emptied out the backfield, 4-man rush, and I gotta say, Weatherford did a great job, but how about that offensive line? He was battered last week by Florida, but you give Drew Weatherford time. As Jack said, he talked the talk before the game, and now he's walking the walk in this game.
This is Mesha. Tacks on the extra point.
If you don't remember this game, you're wondering right about now, it's a blowout. Why are they showing this? Oh, you just wait. The Hokies were the favorites, and they finally start playing like it. I'll be back after the game with some closing thoughts, and remember, follow my reactions to Throwback on the ACCDN Twitter feed. You're watching the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.
And Virginia Tech, a team giving up only 10.6 points a game, has been hit with 27 here tonight. Deep, got a man open, Morgan juggles it.
Oh my God, that's another touchdown. Last time it was Clowney, this time Josh Morgan. A beautiful play by Vic to look out to his right like he's going to throw it. Kyler Hall, number 41, gives up on the play. The safety lets Morgan run right by him, and he just bats it. Oh my.
The Clowney play would have been called back, right?
Yes, yes, but that's he didn't know it, right? This one was a touchdown all the way.
Third down and 7.
Wow.
Going to go long down that sideline again and pushed out of bounds. And there is a penalty flag on this.
Yeah, that one was pretty obvious.
Yeah, he was ridden out of bounds on this one. So that's a 15-yarder and an automatic first down.
Yeah, the side judge might not have got out there alive if he didn't call that one, because that was right on the sideline over by Virginia Tech, and there were 50 guys calling that one. Virginia Tech has been going deep. You can see it. Trevor Ford is in coverage this time. Gives a shove to David Clowney on the field, and that was pretty easy. He was just jostled so much he couldn't get to the flag, the official. Kevin Steele standing next to Mickey Andrews right there.
His specialty, the linebackers on that defense, was once the head coach at Baylor, a longtime assistant coach also in the National Football League. Some have said if they ever do change head coaches, and when will that be? 20 more years over at Tallahassee, that he will be a serious candidate. First down and 10. Here comes the blitz. There's the long ball again. Morgan hangs on. How about that? The easy one he bats around. The tougher one he catches at the 9-yard line, and that's a 50-yard gain.
Does Vic have a flick of the wrist on this one? He's under intense pressure and just throws this ball 50 yards in the air. Under pressure, J.R. Bryant stumbles at the end of the play. Deep ball thrown, and another, look at Vic, just under pressure, can feel it from two guys, and just flicks another beautiful ball.
The tight end is to the right. Morgan is in motion. Vic intercepted in the end zone, but there's a penalty flag. Pass was picked off by Pat Watkins, but there is a penalty flag.
It looked like Justin Harper was saying he got held on the play. The wide receiver to the side of the field.
Yes, and that would be Jeff King if he was overhearing it right.
Yes.
Says this one's going against the Noles. Automatic first down.
To the outside, number 90 is going to run the flag route on the play. You see Sims coming in, pressure inside from Davis. The ball's woefully again underthrown on the play, but to the corner side, Justin Harper was held.
Foul against an eligible pass receiver. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Holding against one of those eligible pass receivers. Let's see if this was it. Trevor Ford, they call, yes, he grabbed his jersey. There it is right there, number 21. And Justin Harper was correct, and that was the right call.
First down and goal. Harper and Morgan to the left. Clowney to the right. Marcus wants the quarterback draw to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech, and there's a penalty flag.
It's going to be celebration. It's a huge penalty right there because Frank Beamer wanted to go for two. Now I think Bobby should back him up here. Right here and not take it on the kickoff. It's his option.
After the touchdown, there was a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike, number 5 of the offense. That penalty is accepted and will be administered on the succeeding kickoff. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Quarterback draw. What will happen here now with this quarterback draw and the touchdown, I think Frank Beamer will still go for it.
You know what? He hurt himself.
Yes, he did.
Or is the running back. No two-point conversion as Tony Carter snags it in the end zone. And now 15 yards closer on the kickoff. In the case of Notre Dame, and this will be the final year of that particular contract, So they are drooling at the prospect of going down to Tempe, as it's going to be broken up and should have been intercepted by Davis. The linebacker had dropped off deep, and he knows it. Thought he had it.
Well, he made a great play on it, though, Brent. I mean, he was up stretched as high as he could and tipped that ball. The middle linebacker was back about 18 yards. That would have been he'd be playing wide receiver. He could catch him like that. That was a nice play by Davis. There have been some drop balls. I can't give him a drop on that one. He's been playing that middle center field all game.
On 3rd and 10. Stretch. Humes is right on the line for a first down. Jack's probably going to have to, he called timeout and measure on this one. Sure.
So first down would stop the clock. Tech gets the huddle while they're doing it. If it's short, they'll have a play, and if it's a first down, they should have a play.
Just got it. 2:30. So let's see Davis as he drops off. He's deep now.
Yeah, it was nice.
Would have been a tough catch.
Yeah, nice play though by him, wasn't it? Yep, nice play.
First down and 10. King, and he had to reach high for it too. So it is second down, and Marcus is throwing the ball high a little bit here.
Yeah, on that one, it was that 4 vertical down the field, and Jeff King showed a lot of guts going up for that one because he knew that ball sailed, and he was going to get hit no matter what happened on that play.
Virginia Tech needs a quick score. Onside kick.
The linebackers and the short safeties for Florida State are dropping at about 8 or 9 yards deep and forcing everything up and over.
Josh Hyman and the wide receivers. Here comes the blitz. They're coming after Marcus. Gets it off to King. The big tight end rumbles close to that 30-yard line. They didn't get there with that blitz.
Man, also going to call roughing the passer, I think, too.
They're going to tack yardage on as this keeps this drive alive big time.
Well, that was a gutsy call by Mickey there to blitz at that time right there. They had everything going in front of them, and he decided to bring the house.
15 yards to the end of the last run. First down.
Jeff King grabbed it, turned upfield, and made a big play and tacked it on at the end of it. I think it was Kyler Hall, number 41. Got the hit right at the end of the football play, and it was gone. Still a football game.
About the 20-yard line. Marcus has all kinds of time. Just short of the goal line, Royal. Now they can quickly bucket. Marcus can keep it himself here if they hurry. Inside of 2 minutes, then they need the onside kick. They've got to get ready for that. Goal line defense on the field for Mickey Andrews. Marcus behind the right side, slips through. And still, there it is, touchdown is finally signaled. Now you go back to the fact that they failed on 2 two-point conversions.
They'd love to have those 2 points.
If they had kicked the extra point, all they would have to do here is to get within field goal range is kick an extra point. But as it is, they're going to need a touchdown, even though they're going to kick for it. And Brandon Pace, the field goal kicker,
those
is
kickers.
there along with Nick Schmidt. There are the two. And you cannot be sure. Left-footed. Did it go? It was recovered, but did it go 10 yards?
Nope.
No, it did not.
Nope, did not. Can't really blame anybody for Virginia Tech on this. The ball's up in the air. You don't exactly know where you are. You think you're near the line. A DB goes up and gets it. Pretty good play, but a yard and a half short.
Final seconds. Congratulations to Bobby Bowden and that entire coaching staff. There come the T-shirts. They are indeed the Dr. Pepper ACC champions. There's Weatherford and Marcus down there.
So Florida State earns the automatic invite to the Orange Bowl, where the Noles met Penn State. It would be the 7th and final time Bobby Bowden and Joe Paterno would coach against each other. The Nittany Lions won the game 26-23, but since then Penn State has had to vacate the win due to the Jerry Sandusky scandal. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech went on to play in the Gator Bowl, and the Hokies beat Louisville. Thank you for watching ACC Throwback. We are your source for the best coverage of this year's ACC title game. I'm Jeff Fischel. This is the ACC Digital Network, brought to you by Ruby Tuesday.